27 minutes now after the hour, as President Obama tries to get the stalled Mideast peace talks back on track, there is growing concern that Israel may be ready to act on its own to deal with the nuclear threat from Iran. Are the winds of war blowing again in the Middle East? Barbara Starr live at the Pentagon for us this morning. Good morning, Barbara. Big meeting today.
Absolutely, John. Israeli Defense Minister Ehud Barak will be here at the Pentagon in just a few hours to meet with Defense Secretary Robert Gates. And here today, style will be substance at the Pentagon. Barak's scheduled to hold a joint press conference with Secretary Gates here, and that is something that doesn't happen very often. So what does it all mean? What it means, according to a Gates aide, is Defense Secretary Gates wants to demonstrate a warm, friendly, very good relationship between the U.S. military and the Israeli military. Relations may be strained on the political side with the Middle East peace discussions and all of that, but Gates is sending the message to Israel today that military to military, everything is fine, and he wants to have that very public picture standing next to Barak talking about the way ahead, John.
At the same time, though, Barbara, there are a lot of discussions going to take place, I would assume, between the defense minister and the defense secretary over Israel and its posture toward Iran.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, behind the scenes, that really is the front and center issue between the two militaries. It was a couple of weeks ago that Vice President Joe Biden said that the U.S. did not anticipate Israel would unilaterally strike at Iran's nuclear targets. But look, fundamentally, that's the big concern. That's the point of discussion. You'll recall that Gates wrote a classified memo to the White House saying that the Obama administration wasn't even ready to really deal with Iran's nuclear programs diplomatically, militarily, that decisions needed to be made about all of that. What Gates wants to make sure is that Israel hasn't made its own decision to go ahead. So again, you're going to see this warm, friendly relationship. Behind the scenes, it is Iran that is the #1 issue between the two militaries right now. John?
And Admiral Mike Mullen said the other day that he thought that a unilateral strike by Israel on Iran would have grave consequences for the entire region.
Well, both Admiral Mullen and General David Petraeus have both publicly and privately spoken about this. There's a lot of concern right now about all types of destabilization erupting in the Middle East, either through the Middle East peace process, destabilizing security in the region, or any kind of strike against Iran by Israel. A lot of concern that no matter what, this will spill over into the entire region and just make things more complicated and more dire. John?
We'll have an opportunity to talk with the Israeli ambassador to the United States, Ambassador Michael Oren, about all of this, Barbara, in about 2 hours' time. So we'll stay with you throughout the morning. Barbara Starr at the Pentagon, thanks so much. Crossing the half hour now in our top stories this Tuesday morning, Goldman Sachs bigwigs preparing for a hostile hearing on Capitol Hill today. They're accused of a plan to pocket billions of dollars from the housing collapse at the expense of their clients. In opening remarks already released, CEO Lloyd Blankfein will say that his firm did not bet against the housing market and its own clients. A videotape has surfaced showing suspected Christmas Day bomber Umar Farouk Abdulmutallab training in Yemen with al-Qaeda. The tape obtained by ABC News shows the Nigerian native speaking in Arabic about his impending attack and shooting at targets that include a Jewish Star of David and a flag labeled United Nations. Abdulmutallab is accused of trying to blow up a Detroit-bound plane last December with a bomb that was hidden in his underwear. And this month's deadly explosion at the Upper Big Branch mine